going to solve the problems that we have. We are never going to get anywhere until you decide that you individually care enough about your community to do something about it.
910 AM Superstation. We're the hottest station in town. WFDF Farmington Hills, Detroit. 910 AM Superstation, a division of Adele Media. The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 910 AM Superstation or Adele Media.
Good morning, Metro Detroit. This is Keith Leon Jackson, your urban conservative. How are you this morning? Time now is 6 o'clock in the morning. If you got to be there by 7 o'clock, you got 1 hour to get there. Listen to 910 AM Superstation, Metro Detroit's only urban talk radio station. The number here in the studio is 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600. If I sound a little bit distracted, I am. And I promise y'all I'm not going to do that during the broadcast. So I'm just going to pay attention to the broadcast. So this morning I want to talk about, well, first of all, let's talk about the fact that there are several leaders, many leaders from Detroit and other surrounding communities who are right now up on Mackinac Island at Mackinac Policy Conference. We've talked about this year after year. I used to go to the Mackinac Policy Conference. It was, when I was much younger and working on establishing my career, it was a place to be. It was the one thing that you absolutely wanted to, you had to do. You wanted to do it. It was an opportunity to get out and to meet a lot of folks that you just are not going to meet walking around the city of Detroit, running around your normal lives. It gives you an opportunity to actually meet and rub shoulders with and form an opinion about people. It's especially the place to be for those folks who are getting ready to run for office. So, everybody that's planning to run and throw their hat into the ring for the open Senate seat, they need to be at the Mackinac Policy Conference. A lot of the other stuff that happens at the Mackinac Policy Conference is simply, it's just more of an opportunity for folks to talk about theory. It takes a lot before the stuff that actually gets discussed at the Mackinac Policy Conference actually gets to the level of affecting your lives on a daily basis. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with going. Going is a very good idea. Being able to get people in a room to talk about ideas and public policy and try and see if you can get people on the same page is always a perfect idea. And the things that are talked about, that are discussed, the ideas that are thrown out are always covered by the media, and those ideas work their way back into stories on the media. For those of you that, not just if you live in Metro Detroit, especially for those of you that live inside the city of Detroit, you will have heard yesterday, and you're going to hear throughout today, that your mayor, Mike Duggan, and understand he knows that the speeches that he makes at the Mackinac Policy Conference are going to be covered by all of the Detroit outlets, and that as opposed to telling you these ideas initially at a town hall right here at home, he's telling you this when he's away from home, and he's going to give the idea a few days for it to set, and then come back later on to try and take your temperature as to what you thought about the ideas or what you heard came out of the Mackinac Policy Conference. I defy any of you to tell me any of the other things that any of the other people have actually covered. Mark Cuban was there apparently yesterday. There are other folks that are going to appear today. But I know that if, in fact, you live in the city of Detroit and you've been affected by property taxes in the past, you definitely are paying attention to the proposal of the mayor. Now, so my first question, whenever you hear the mayor of the city of Detroit bring up property taxes and changes in your property taxes, what's your first reaction? 313-778-7600, 313-778-7600. So I want to know is what, first of all, crosses your mind. Now, y'all know I'm a skeptic. And being a skeptic about things that come out in politics is the way that I've spent a great part of my life. So that's who I am. And I realize that sometimes I'm a little bit more skeptical than the average person. And so sometimes especially my kids, have to talk to me about dialing it back a little bit. And maybe, just maybe, giving people not jumping to a conclusion, maybe just maybe give folks a reasonable doubt. So I'm going to try. The mayor's proposal. Now, first of all, let's remember what's been going on lately. You have seen the mayor in the city of Detroit, through Conrad Mallett, decide that they're going to take the Winans family, those who are running Perfecting's Church, to court because they have not finished their church, which was going to be a large mega church on the corner of 7 Mile and Woodward. We all talked about this several times on this show. It's been 20 years. The project's been going for 20 years, but if you've seen any of the media coverage that came out of the fact that the city of Detroit filed to take the property away from them, you'll see that they've invested a lot of money. The construction is near complete, but it's not complete. The building's not ready to get a certificate of occupancy. There's still a lot of work to do, but that requires money, and they just have not had. We know that there are pots of money that are available to other people that are not available to African Americans in this city. They've been trying, and so first hit was, we're going to take that piece of land, which we all know is in a very, very popular development area. A few weeks ago, you see that they've decided that they're going to file to take away Mammoth Shopping Center over on Grand River and Greenfield. They're going to take it away. They filed suit against Herb Strather and many of the companies that Herb controls. So they're going to take it. That's their position is, you're not doing what we want you to do with it. So we've just decided we're going to step in, take it away from you. Tough that you didn't have enough money to complete to get stuff done. On the heels of that, understanding that, y'all know that I've been in this city close to 37 years. And that at all point in time when I've been here, city of Detroit has had tens of thousands of vacant parcels that are owned by the city of Detroit. We all know how the city has changed in the last several years, and that we did a show about this about maybe 3 months ago, about all of the new developments that they've even found workers, that all of the construction that's going on, not just shovel-ready projects, but actual construction, where you see cranes and you see trucks bringing in building materials. I told you, the night that I drove around before we were getting ready for that show, I counted about 45 different things going on in and around the city of Detroit, in the community. And so definitely money, especially building money, has found its way into the city of Detroit. Detroit is on the rebound. And the mayor is now in the middle of his third term. So anything that he talks about at this point in time being a major problem in the city of Detroit, it's been a problem for a long time. You didn't just discover it. So this is my first thing, is when you hear the mayor discussing taking property away from folks, where did this idea come from? The mayor's decided that he's going to start to tax, because the mayor's our mayor is upset that there are vacant parcels of land that people have bought. They're calling them speculators, that these people have bought. They paid the taxes on them, but they have not actually had the money and the funds to actually develop them into a project that's suitable for the mayor. So the mayor says, tell y'all what, I want y'all to understand. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you. Yeah, I know it sounds like a pimp telling this to, the women that work for him. This ain't for me. I'm doing this for you. I'm going to make sure that we're going to start to squeeze those people that own those properties and tell them that if they don't develop them the way we want them to develop them, we're going to tax them extra. We're going to spread the tax burden. Now, the same week that they voted to give more of your taxpayer dollars to billionaires downtown over and over and over again. And first of all, let me tell you this. If you want to actually be pissed, drive by and see the project that the Gilbert companies are building on this really, really super gigantic, perfect thing that they pitched to you. Why don't you drive by and see the one building that they put over there? Compare that with what's happening over where Joe Louis Arena is. You've heard absolutely nothing about it. The folks that own that land came in and built a skyscraper twice the size of what Dan Gilbert's building over here. And it's pretty much done. And it didn't cost you anything. I mean, yeah, you lost the land that Joe Louis Arena was on, but you have not heard and you've not seen the state giving them tens of millions of dollars that would eventually have gone into something else, that you haven't seen them giving that. That project's up and almost ready. This thing is still half of what it was promised to be. Probably, I think now about a third of what it was promised to be. So it looks like another little old building. The same administration that has been giving money to billionaires is now saying to those of you that own property and you've been sitting on it and you haven't developed it the way we want, you are my next target. We're going to start to make you pay more. We're going to raise the property taxes on you in a way to eventually make it easier and lessen the tax burden for all of the other people that I'm now caring about and that I'm looking out for, because I care about all of the property tax owners in the city of Detroit. Yeah, tell me when you hear that what you think. 313-778-7600. Let's talk to Nadine. Good morning, Nadine. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Kerry. How are you?
Pretty good. What's on your mind?
You know how to get people's blood pressure up, especially man. So I'm just gonna make this quick. When Duncan mentions property taxes, the first thing that comes to my mind is make Detroiters whole and give them back what you owe them in terms of the overtaxation. We haven't forgot about that. Secondly, we give more tax breaks. I've never lived in the city, and I've lived in...
And you never will. You never will live in a city that gives away as much money in tax breaks to billionaires as what the city of Detroit is doing.
And voting matters because the council unanimously voted to do so. I don't understand it. It comes to, like I said, when you are an elected official, these are the qualities you should have: courage, common sense, compassion. You've seen that the people that you represented have been overtaxed. If you say, no, I'm not voting for this, and say, you've already overtaxed our residents to the hill, I'm not voting for this. No one says that. No one says that.
But the mayor is sugarcoating it to tell you, listen, this is going to be a good idea for you. I'm looking out for you, the Detroit property taxpayer. I know that I haven't cared about y'all for 2.5 terms, but right now, I'm looking out for you and I'm going to spread the pain. We're going to come in and go after all of these people that have came in and purchased a vacant lot and they have not developed it, they haven't done anything with it. We're going to raise their taxes to lessen the tax burden on you. You telling me you're not falling for that?
On fire. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
It sounds like the mayor's got a lot more selling that he's going to have to do before he gets you convinced that he cares about you, the property tax owner. All right.
That is correct.
Thank you for calling this morning. 313-778-7600, 313-778-7600. This morning's topic is the mayor's dog and pony show regarding property taxes and the burden on the property taxpayer in the city of Detroit. Are y'all falling for it? Do you think the banana in the tailpipe's a good idea? 313-778-7600. Get on the phone. Got to take the first break of the morning. We'll be right back.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome at the end of your first year. They automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you've earned doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who have agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-460-1663. That's 1-800-460-1663. Again, 1-800-460-1663.
Balance of Nature is fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I had no energy for months and months and months. I had no energy, and I'm a very active person. And my husband was noticing that I was tired all the time, and I was slow at everything that I was doing. And I kept listening to the commercials, and you don't know if something's going to help you or not. But I decided this was something I was going to do. And lo and behold, in about 4 days to taking them, I was repotting plants. I was doing other things. My husband said to me, "You seem to have more energy." And I said, "Oh yeah, I'm fine." And I'm telling you, nothing has ever made such a difference. So anyway, I'm very happy.
Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code RADIO5.
Have you thought about advertising your business on our 910 AM Superstation? Our audience is bigger than ever, and your investment will be lower than ever. Find out how you can grow your business. Give us a call during business hours and ask for Henry, 248-357-4566. We will tell your story, and more folks than ever before will come to your door. 248-357-4566. Ask for Henry. The super audience at our 910 Superstation wants to hear about you. Call now.
The 910 AM live stream can now be seen on Apple TV, Roku, Chromecast, YouTube Red, iPhone, iPad, Android phone, Android tablet, Amazon Kindle Fire, any Windows phone. Watch us live at 910amsuperstation.com.
What they do, they smile in your face.
Welcome back, Metro Detroit. This is Kerry Leon Jackson, your urban conservative. Listening to 910 AM Superstation, Metro Detroit's only urban talk radio station. The number here in the studio is 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600. If you just woke up and just tuned in, this morning's topic is the mayor of the city of Detroit's Dog and Pony Show. He wants you to believe that now, 2.5 terms in as mayor, he now cares about the city of Detroit, property taxpayer, and he wants to spread the pain that you've been suffering to people who own property. Never mind the thousands of vacant properties that are already owned by the city of Detroit. We're not talking about those properties. We're talking about the properties that are owned by private individuals, people that bought them. They've been paying the taxes on these vacant lots around the city, but you know what? They have not developed the property into something that, the mayor would like. And so now the mayor wants to raise the property taxes on those individuals to make your tax burden a little less. Never mind all of the millions of dollars, billions of dollars they've given away to the billionaires downtown. We're not talking about that. We don't want you to even look that way. I want you to focus here on, I'm doing this for you. 313-778-7600. Let's go back to the phones. Let's talk to Dennis. Good morning, Dennis. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Jackson. I want to say a couple of things.
Yep.
$600 million over taxation. And Jones Daly said that the Mayor Duggan's a political hack. That's what this is. You go down to that district of Detroit and see all those vacant public building parking lots. And them still get more money. It's just amazing.
They're getting more money because they've said, you know what we're going to do with those those flat parking lots, if you give us more money, if you give us the opportunity, you help us finance the development, we will build large parking structures on those parking lots that are going to put more money into the pockets of the Village organization. Never mind giving money to the city of Detroit. Never mind building something that's actually going to help any of the real people in the city of Detroit. We're going to build bigger, better, shiny parking structures on the flat parking structure we've already got now. Doesn't that sound like a good idea to you?
Insanity. Sounds like a good idea. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for calling. 313-778-7600. Let's talk to Ms. Leona. Good morning, Ms. Leona. How are you? Did we lose Ms. Leona? If we lost Ms. Leona, go to Fidel. Good morning. What's on your mind this morning, Fidel?
Hey, let me say this to all my Christian folks. Praise God, and God good all the time. So here's the thing with that, kid. You got to remember, you say in your Facebook page, they say I'm crazy, and then you bring up a subject like this. How can I be crazy when I went against this 10, 15 years ago? Kid, can you show me, since you've been here in the city of Detroit, where your black city council ever gave $1 million in bond relief to a black-owned company?
You know that ain't happening. It's not going to happen.
So why am I voting for? The people should be voting should be Dan Gilbert and Stephen Ross and all of them.
They vote with their pocketbook, brother. Go read the finance statements. They vote with their pocketbook. They are giving folks the money at campaign time. So don't say that Dan Gilbert's not voting and not supporting those people downtown. He is. He's supporting the folks on city council.
Yeah, but they don't tell us to put our money behind. They tell us to vote. You're supposed to vote for your interest. This is your interest to get your property.
I'm telling you to vote because let me tell you this. Nobody that Mike Duggan was talking to yesterday are the folks that voted for Attorney Anthony Adams that you're going to wind up hearing on the radio later on. He was not talking to Anthony Adams all this. He was talking to his own loyal soldiers. He was giving them this week's talking points. And later on in the day, you will hear, and if you go anywhere around the city of Detroit, those new Detroiters, this is what they're going to be pushing. They all have now said, we like Mr. Duggan. We like his new ideas. Fidel, you don't like the idea?
Where is the rest of the pastors? Where's Sheffield? Where's Ellis at? Don't they know they coming after them next? This is how stupid we are. We say we black liberated. We say we Martin Luther King, but we all out for ourselves. And then when the mayor come down on, then they say, "Oh, this ain't fair." Get in line like the rest of Detroit. What y'all?
So let me ask you a question. Hold on, Fidel. Take a break. Hold on. Answer this for me. If you were mayor of the city of Detroit, and if you were really, really worried about the influence of the pastors, the black pastors in the city, and you needed them on your team, what would you do?
I wouldn't mess with them.
No. These folks they have sway over large congregations. So tell me this: if you were the mayor and you wanted to make sure that the pastors either were quiet or on your team selling your idea, what would you do to support those mayors, to bring those pastors over to your side?
Forget being the mayor. The black city council is the one that say yay or nay. That's the most important job. Forget what the mayor proposed. They can say no. That's their job to do the research. Say who owns this? What have they done? Are they trying to genocide Detroit or are they trying to help black Detroiters out? That's the bottom line. Forget the mayor. The mayor is going to play the role. It's up to the black city council who comes in the form of, guess what? College-educated Christian folks. So again, I'm talking to a bunch of insane folks. But remember, they said I'm crazy, but now you bring up this. How can I be crazy when I went against all this? How? Even when I broke my rules, Kerry, and voted for Coleman and Young, look what he did. That's what. And y'all say, what's wrong with Fidel? Y'all made me like this, not you personally, be subject, and then y'all turn around and say I'm crazy, and then bring the subject right back up. I ain't crazy. I just realized before it happened. What they do in Detroit is going to take you another 100 years to get out. Be expecting for another 50,000 black Detroiters to leave. Guess what? You're not giving them absolutely nothing. The Christian folks are the ones that vote. The Christian folks saying Duggan is doing a good job. Now he's coming after them. Duh, what you thought was happening. Again, hell of a subject. Peace, brother.
Talk to you later. Y'all do understand that Fidel said all of that, and he didn't take a breath. He said it all on one breath. 313-778-7600. Let's go to John. Good morning, John.
What's up, Kerry? What's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
Oh man, this is a hell of a topic, man. I'm gonna give a shout out to Fidel because I'm gonna piggyback off what he said, but I'm gonna go a little deeper. When you said that they're giving tax breaks, they taking the taxes and doubling it up for the people that got the lots and looking out for the people, the big ballers. My thing is they doubling the taxes up because they trying to take it, man. Just like that fictitious word diversity. They give you whatever they want to give you, right, to make you be quiet. But behind closed doors, they already got a plan in making or taking it back. So that's what they doing, man. They doubling, they tripling, doubling them taxes so they can take that land back and give it to their homeboy. That's how it goes.
I could have said it, but I'm glad that you called in and said it. I mean, understand,
Yeah.
they've already kicked a whole bunch of people out and taken homes that they overtaxed. And now, and you hear the mayor tell you, we're going to raise the taxes on the people that own the lots that we don't already control. You've got to understand that they're doing it for a reason and what their end game is. And you just called them out, brother.
They trying to take it back.
Thank you.
Like you say, diversity. We don't give you this to make you be quiet, but it's already in plan. They already know. It's like them $500,000 houses they building downtown. Who do you think gonna stay in that? The $200,000 house that they building down there. Who do you think they building that for?
I'm pretty sure they're not building it for the folks who supported Attorney Anthony Adams when he ran for mayor. Thanks for calling this morning, brother. Have a good day.
It's not for the inner city black folks.
You're right. Have a good morning. Thanks for calling. 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600. Let's talk to New Tim.
Yes, come on. I'm enjoying the conversation as you.
And I need you to. There you go. All right, brother. We can hear you better now. What's on your mind this morning?
Okay, now we're hearing what this crooked mayor is trying to do, but we also realize that it's up to the city council to stop. Let's see how they're going to roll with us. If they're against us or they are all with Mike Duggan. You know, now it's really time for the city council to step up and say, no, Duggan, we done gave you everything that you asked for. You better leave my people alone. You know, it's on the city council now. He could propose a lot of things, but it's on the city council to let him get back. I mean, to let him do his thing. It's a thing is check and balance. So now, Detroit City Council members, we're talking to City Council members, Detroit City Council members. It's time for y'all to step up and fight for it. Doesn't just say he want to do all this, but they got to get through the City Council members. You know, now it's on them. That's what we should be lobbying for. The City Council members telling them, hey, is y'all going to
Tim, tell me this. Have you seen City Council lately? More than one or two members of City Council. Do you feel as if those folks that are currently the current makeup of the Detroit City Council, that the average Detroiter, the regular property taxpayer in this city, do you think that the City Council has your interests at heart?
Now, I'll tell you the truth. My City Council member in the area where I stay at, he rolled with me, but as far as the whole City Council members as a whole, you know, they wishy-washy. I'll be honest. They don't roll with us like they're supposed to. That's why I said it's up on us.
Yeah, that's why I got y'all up this morning and decided to make y'all mad so that you can do something about it. All right. Yeah. Thanks for calling. I got to go to break. 313-778-7600. Got to take a very quick break. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Southfield Councilman Michael Mandelbaum. For the entire month of May, We will remember our African American brothers and sisters who lost their lives in the Tulsa Race Massacre.
Over a century ago, from May 31st to June 1st, a Black Holocaust happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma's Greenwood District, also known as Black Wall Street. This is considered one of the deadliest massacres in American history. This moment in time is brought to you by South Hood Councilman Michael Mandelbaum.
Attention! Do you owe back taxes, fines, and penalties to the IRS? The IRS now offers new relief options for taxpayers affected by COVID-19, but you can't go it alone. Call Tax Solutions now. Our team of former IRS agents and tax professionals can get you the best deal. We know the COVID-19 rules. Call us and never speak to the IRS again.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
The virus has caused the IRS to take extensive action to help taxpayers. So if you owe $10,000 or more, this is the best time in years to settle your tax debt.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
Remember, the IRS will not give up until you pay. Call 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499.
The all-new 910 Superstation is your #1 source for urban talk radio. If you're looking for the best in radio programming, look no further. You can now listen in on a multitude of audio platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Listen Notes, and coming soon to Amazon Music, Good Pods, and Overcast. 910 AM Superstation, the largest, strongest, 50,000-watt urban radio station in town. 910 AM Superstation has the greatest advertising deal ever with our Godfather package. 100 spots for $600, but they must air within 30-day policy, and we will even produce the spots free. That's right, free. Call Devin C. now at 248-357-4566. That's 248-357-4566. Or email at d.calhoun@thewordnetwork.org. This excludes political ads.
WADL gets a facelift and is now My 38 Detroit. Along with a facelift comes new programming. On Mondays at 8 p.m., catch a 2-hour block of Law & Order SVU. Tuesdays, Chicago Fire. Wednesdays, Dateline. More Dateline and Chicago PD on Thursdays and on Fridays. You will get more Chicago PD to start your weekend. We'll still have some of your favorite shows like Mom, Blackish, and Friends. Just adding more for you to enjoy on My 38.
It's Kerry Jackson, you're the conservative. Listen, y'all, it's a talk show, and I want everybody to call and say what's on your mind. Do you honestly believe that an elected official or a police chief can stop people who are criminals from being criminals? The government's checkbook is not going to solve the problems that we have. We are never going to get anywhere until you decide that you individually care enough about your community to do something about it.
910 AM Superstation. We're the hottest station in town.
Welcome back, Metro Detroit. This is Kerry Leon Jackson, your urban conservative. You're listening to 910 AM Superstation, Metro Detroit's only urban talk radio station. Let's go back to the phones. Let's talk to Keisha. Good morning, Keisha. What did I do to get you up this morning?
Good morning, Kerry. I want to be early last night.
Okay. What's on your mind?
I was listening to Bill and I forgot the other guy's name as they talked about veterans here. So I think what his campaign has done is found a way to target millennials and Gen X. And that's how he's going to stay in office.
The man has already been elected to a third term. He beat somebody that everybody in town agreed only at the last minute was probably the most qualified candidate for mayor, and Attorney Anthony Adams, who was a member of the 910 AM family and will be on at 9 o'clock this morning. But he beat him.
And that's why I'm not going to say my next comment because he's part of the 910 family. Like, not it's nothing negative. I just, out of respect. But I found, even for myself, like I'm in a...
Wait a minute. No, that's not how it works. You got something you got to say, sister. You say it. We don't pull punches here. We say what's on our minds. We tell the truth. If you think that that Anthony Adams needs to get out, and that there's a particular segment of our community that he needs to get out and communicate with, that's your job to say that. Don't be pulling no punches talking about I'm not gonna say it because you gotta say it.
I felt like if he would have been more engaged with the Gen Z and millennial voters and more relatable to them and found a way to connect with them, because now they're voting. They have, like, I'm part of a PAC that targets getting young people to vote. And when we kind of talk to young voters, most of them didn't even know who he was. But they can be judging with because they knew him from the hospital, and they talked about little stuff that they think he did in Detroit to help Detroit. And they were saying how they were just excited about the great things that he did downtown and how they can kind of have fun, not say fun, we see that, but they didn't even know who Anthony Adams was. He didn't find a way to relate to that lane. And literally,
so let me tell you something. So let me tell you.
And I really, for me, I targeted young Black millennials and Gen Z, and they didn't have a clue.
Okay. Why was you scared to say that?
Because I like to be respectful. You
can be respectful, but critical comment is always welcome. Folks always want to know. Let me tell you something. Every campaign that I've ever been a part of, we always want to know, what did we do right? What did we do wrong? Every trial I ever had, I always wanted an opportunity to go talk to the jury and find out, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? What can I do better the next time around? Folks appreciate grown people. And everybody already knows I've known Anthony for 37 years that I've been in town. Always is looking for, he's not scared of criticism. He's not scared of good ideas. And to say, this is what we think you should do better next time around.
Yeah, normally, I don't talk politics. Remember, I told you.
So I was like, wait a minute, y'all. Keisha got up on a Thursday. I mean, there are times that I see her poke her head in the feed, but Keisha decided to get on the fall. And I was sitting there like, okay, what did we do right? How did that happen? All right. I'm glad you got up and that you offered.
I think Black politicians have to find a way. Like Mary Sheffield, the young Gen Z and millennials love her. She found a way to connect to them. And she'll probably be in office.
That's because she one of y'all.
If she runs for me, she's probably going to win.
Well, she's one of y'all. That's why she has the ability to connect with that generation. She's a member of y'all generation.
I think she's a little past the millennial part. She's more of my age group.
She's more your age group, but she's got a closer connection to them than listen. Y'all know how old I am. Yeah. I mean, as I've told Horace Sheffield on several occasions, one of the first organizations I went to join when I got to town was his father's. So, she's a couple of generations down. She's got a better connection with, my kids have a better connection with those folks in that generation because they are members of that generation.
And she found a way to connect with, because Detroit is being gentrified, she found a way to connect with Black and white in those age range.
Well, listen, don't be scared to share your opinion. I'll call you later. We'll figure out what we're going to talk about tomorrow morning. Okay?
Have a great morning.
Thank you. 313-778-7600. Let's talk to Lorraine.
Yeah, hi. As far as Sheffield family, it started with her grandfather. He was one of the ones that stood up. He was a member of Scott's United Methodist Church. Many years ago, Horace Sheffield, he was one of the leaders as far as helping Blacks in so many different ways. But other than that, I'm calling about the taxes. Now, a lot of people don't know that when you're if you're a residential property tax owner, you're a homeowner, you get, when you're certain, you're tax exempt. I was told that by a tax clerk years ago. You are property tax exempt when you're a certain age, but if you don't apply for it or whatever, you just continue to pay those taxes.
Okay.
And anytime you get a tax break, a lot of people pay for their homes, they still just paying taxes or whatever. They owe us Methuselah, and they're exempt automatically. But a lot of them don't know. So let them research that or have
I think that the city hires, I know several people who've been in that position, where they go around to senior communities or at least senior citizens and try and explain to them what forms they need to fill out so that they can wind up getting their the name slips my mind right now, but there's a tax break that they get where they are excluded from having to pay certain taxes because of their age. You're right. And I appreciate you for calling to point it out that there are more senior citizens in this city that need that information, and we'll see what we can do to keep spreading that information. I appreciate you for calling, and even though your call dropped, for you to call back and for sharing that with us, Lorraine. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. You have a good morning.
Yes, $1 saved is $1 earned for them.
Thank you. You're right. And that's the generation that needs to save, wherever they can. Thanks, Lorraine. Have a good morning.
Okay, you too.
Let's go. Thank you. Let's go to Rick. Good morning, Rick. How are you?
Hey, good morning, man. Sitting here, sometimes, as you know, things get said and it sort of tells your mind, as Keisha said, kind of gets you calling, right?
Say something gonna make you grab that telephone.
Sometimes, I tell you, people speak so much, just rhetoric. It's not often as it should be, but keep things moving. This piece here about this trauma, I got to bring this up. It's an organizing problem we have. We got to get people together. We can't identify the trauma. Oh, they raped us in the field. They, took all of our monies and resources. That's true. But at the same time, you cannot organize in a state of anger all the time, right? And so,
brother, anger is a motivator. When people they won't get off the couch unless you give them a reason to get off the couch. The same way we just talked about, you won't pick the phone up and call unless you actually, I've got to poke the correct button to get you to dial the phone. Anger is a motivator. Listen, what do you think Trump and Ron DeSantis are doing to their base? They keep throwing things to them all the time to keep them angry so that they will show up, and it's working.
No, they're getting benefits, Gary. They're not getting just go out there and get mad and show Democrats or somebody that they're angry and march through the streets. They're getting real resources. They're raising real money. They're building real.
Rick, they're raising money because the folks who are poking that bear, they keep sending them things all the time to say, stay angry about this, stay angry about that. You are losing your America. They're taking everything you got. Nobody took anything away from the white community, but they keep poking them and they keep making them angry. Anger is a motivator.
Okay, I say this. You put together a group based on anger, get all of your friends. And then we have somebody to put together an organization that gives benefits to the members. And let's see who grows. Let's stop the debate. Let's do something scientific, maybe. Let's see some results. Let's see the people pledging to come together, to work together, and repeating it by coming again and staying involved, just like you would if you was looking at.
So wait a minute, Rick, tell me this. Tell me, what do you think inspired my parents and my grandparents in order to get out in the walk and to stand there and stare at white folks that was spraying them with water hoses, telling them they couldn't vote, taking the family's property that's down in Shelby and Jackson, Mississippi? What do you think inspired them to actually move their behinds?
Their own property being taken or their own
they had something happen to push them. So you're sitting there telling me that you can't motivate people by them reacting to something that happened in their life, something that they're losing. The fact that they got mad enough to say, I ain't taking it no more. I've had all I can take and I'm not taking it anymore. You think anger's not a great motivator? We got to go to break. 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600. Bay Reed, don't go anywhere. I'm take you as soon as we get back on the other side of the break. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Southfield Councilman Michael Mandelbaum. For the entire month of May, we will remember our African American brothers and sisters who lost their lives in the Tulsa Race Massacre.
Over a century ago, from May 31st to June 1st, a Black Holocaust happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma's Greenwood District, also known as Black Wall Street. This is considered one of the deadliest massacres in American history. This moment in time is brought to you by Southfield Councilman Michael Mandelbaum.
The Word Network has been broadcasting inspirational messages around the world since the year 2000, and we keep getting bigger and better and more innovative. Seen all around the world, we bring you the best teaching, impartation, singing, and inspiration. If you want original programming, we have that too. The Word Network is your exclusive source for all things inspiration, and we can be found on every device imaginable. If you want to be uplifted and inspired, you need the Word Network.
My 38 is offering a great special that cannot be refused. Are you looking for a great deal on TV advertising? Are you searching for an avenue to get your business name out to the public? With My 38, we are offering a great special with 100 commercial ads for a great price. This offer is for a 30-day ad placement. Please contact Devin C. for more information at 248-357-4566 or email at d.calhoun@thewordnetwork.org. This excludes political ads.
Did you know most vitamin supplements don't even come from food? Even the products with colorful fruits and vegetables adorning the labels are seldom derived from produce. Typically, supplements are synthetic, made in a laboratory. Modern science may synthetically imitate these chemicals, but your body isn't fooled. It knows the difference, and it craves quality materials to build, repair, and fight illness. You need to consume fruits and vegetables daily in a variety of colors, as well as whole grains and other fresh food. That's why I formulated Balance of Nature. I wanted to be able to give my patients a natural alternative to the cheap, unnatural chemistry by giving them real fruits and vegetables. In fact, the only ingredients inside of Balance of Nature are whole fruits and vegetables. Don't settle for imitation nutrition. Reach for the good stuff, the real stuff.
Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code RADIO5.
Have you thought about advertising your business on our 910 AM Superstation? Our audience is bigger than ever, and your investment will be lower than ever. Find out how you can grow your business. Give us a call during business hours and ask for Henry, 248-357-4566. We will tell your story, and more folks than ever before will come to your door. 248-357-4566. Ask for Henry, the super audience at our 910 Superstation wants to hear about you. Call now.
Get revved up for the return of the Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix presented by Lear. Back on the streets of downtown Detroit for the first time since '91. Join the Motor City Street Party June 2nd through the 4th with world-class racing, live music, great food, free family, fun, and more. Watch the stars of racing on the new Downtown Street Circuit featuring the NTT IndyCar Series, the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge, Indy Next by Firestone, and the Trans Am Series presented by Pirelli.
910 AM host Henry Payne will commentate 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. We will carry the live race 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. right here on WFDF 910 AM Superstation.
Welcome back, Metro Detroit. This is Kerry Leon Jackson, your urban conservative. You're listening to 910 AM Superstation, Metro Detroit's only urban talk radio station. Let's go back to the phones. Let's talk to Bayre. Good morning, Bayre. How are you?
I'm fine, kid. Kid, I got the hip, my hip, yeah. Keisha is the deal. They was telling us back a few years ago. They probably forgot about it because they took the mind on them taking the rubber back. We got to have a cash cow. See, the brother, I'm telling you, we got a cash cow. Dear boy got a cash cow. We got to have a cash cow. Think about Black Wall Street. And that was a cash cow being built. And the people know what they're doing when they tear things down like that. We got a cash cow, but we don't know how to bring the cash cow out. One of these days, Keisha and Fidel and I will tell the people what we got to do to bring this cash cow to the forefront. Because you ain't got a cash cow, you ain't got no foundation. And a foundation is what we need. We keep talking about coming together, but we got to have that cash cow stand up. Now, when you think about what Duncan and did, they took Robert Coleman Young, they took paid him. They gave him some money. They paid him to step down. The man was standing strong, but they paid him to stand down. And his mama had a lot to do with it. I'm telling you, Bill, because I want y'all to know these things. We got to have the cash cow to know where the cash cow. Now, people can know the cash cow. We got a cash cow. We got 2 or 3 of them. But Keisha and Fidel, I'll tell y'all later on, they're just standing down. They're just letting people with their magic, only ones that have their mindset on the people think they're giving them something when they're not giving them nothing but to take what they got. And when you think about these banks, Illich and Gilbert, they had control of the bank. When they was giving them the old people the things about their house, letting them live in their house free and all that stuff, and they was taking it from the young people so the young people couldn't do nothing with it. So to be had it, the houses, they could have did being shut, but I ain't gonna say that now. I'm gonna let Keisha over there keep doing what they do. They're trying to tell y'all something.
All right, I got you.
Y'all with us. Thank you.
There, listen, thanks for calling this morning, brother. Have a great day. Let's go to David. Good morning, David. How are you?
Hey, good morning, brother. I'm gonna be real quick. You and another gentleman was talking about Donald Trump. It's not hard to see what Donald Trump is doing. It doesn't take a scientist to figure out he's playing the race card, him and Santos, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's trying to make these white folks think people taking stuff from them. They're trying to make them think other people moving in their neighborhoods taking over. They're taking over their jobs and they doing all. That's what Trump is trying to do.
It's working.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's not.
So my question is, if in fact you know that anger is a motivator to them people on the other side, and it's working to motivate the folks on the other side, don't you think that it's time that we told our own people, stop paying attention to every damn thing, that y'all better get mad. You better understand what's happening to you right now. You better get up and be just as active as the folks are on the other side of the aisle.
Because I'm going to say something. See, that's the problem. That's the problem. And you know what? They think that we're not going to get mad enough like the other side, because they think it's going to cost us the president. We have to stand up and be strong, man, because if we don't, we're going to be in trouble again. It's just that simple. It's not hard to figure out. They on there every day talking about what Trump and this clown is doing. And they doing it in front of your face because they think nobody's going to fight back against them. You got to fight back against them, brother. And thanks for taking the call.
Thanks for calling. Listen, y'all, there ain't nothing other than to say, you're letting them play in your face. And when folks play in your face, at some point, you need to get angry about it. I mean, I appreciate Rick whenever he calls. I appreciate Rick's theory that you need to first organize and everybody needs to get on the same page. I got it. I'm not disagreeing with that. I simply think that the only real way that we're going to wind up accomplishing something, y'all got to get angry. You got to get motivated. You've got to decide, I'm going to do something about it. I'm not just going to sit here and watch Netflix all day and listen to music and all that other stuff and leave the fighting and the struggle up to everybody else. You got to do it. You've got to do it. The mayor who is currently mayor, and so, whining about him being mayor ain't going to help. He's the mayor. And there are members of city council that, whether you agree with them on this vote or that vote or not, they are right now, today, members of your city council. You got to do something about it. You've got to make sure, Percy says it all of the time, once the folks have been elected, you've got to hold them responsible to keep their word. They promised you, they looked in your face, they held you, they kissed your babies and all of that other stuff to get elected. And then they get in office and then they start to forget. Understand what's happened. You can't ignore what's happened. This is the same. We are 2.5 terms into the current mayor. He is not just going to wake up and discover today that those of you who are paying too much in property taxes are paying too much property taxes. Basically, what's happening is they've looked around and said, what are the other areas that are hot? What are the areas that people are developing in? Why can't we package a heck of a lot more properties in that area to bring more of the developers that are already developing? We want to give them more properties. We want to have more projects. Listen, I want to see Grand River fully developed, just like everybody else. I want to see all of the stuff, all of the way up to, where Reverend Sheffield is now doing stuff over there on Grand River in Illinois. I want to see all of the prosperity that's on up one end of Grand River, make it all the way down that way. Sounds like a great idea to me. But I also think that some of the people that own that property and they've sat on it and they went down and they paid the taxes on all of those vacant lots over and over and over again for years, I don't think that they need to be doubled up on. I don't think you need to take anything away from them. If anything, here's an idea. Ready? Offer those people some of the same benefits you've been offering the people that are developing Woodward. Offer them to help them with their gap financing. Offer to actually do something that's going to help those people that are in the city actually develop the property that they own and that they've been paying taxes on for years. Find a way to get that done. Not I'm going to step in and everybody that I don't like and that's not on my team, I'm going to take all of your property away. It's not really good government. Good government is if you're going to be the mayor and you're going to be members of the city council, you can't just be mayor and city council for a small group of people. You've got to be the mayor and the city council members for the entire city. That's my point. It's the only reason that I decided that we're going to do this, and I'm out of time. It's 6:56. Next up, State Representative Joel Jones. Either he or a member of the foundation will be here to bring you information and inspiration from 7 to 9, followed by the man most of y'all voted for the last time around, Attorney Anthony Adams, who a member of the 910 family, will be here from 9 to 11 to talk about politics, culture, and the community. Keisha and I will be back here at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Have no idea what we're going to talk about yet, but she and I will figure that out later on today. Y'all get out and enjoy the 80-degree weather, 80 to 90-degree weather today. I look forward to talking to each and every one of y'all tomorrow. Have a great day.